We begin with a theology of Scripture before we even talk about exegetical practices or interpretive practices. And we do that even before then we talk about Old Testament and the New Testament. We think that if there is any coherence in the way in which we use Scripture, perform it in worship or in Bible study or in preaching, there has to be a fairly clear-headed way of thinking about what the Bible is and what its appointed ends are. This guides then and shapes how it is that we address Scripture, what it is that we search for in Scripture, what it is we mine and take from Scripture in order then to use it in Christian theological formation of our congregations. So many first-year courses or courses on hermeneutics or on interpreting Scripture deal only with how do you read a text, how do you interpret a text, a set of techniques or a set of exegetical practices that explain the meaning of the text. And while we consider that important, those are skills that we want our students to have as well. We couple that with teaching, with a performance, with something that Scripture and all of our hard work in interpreting Scripture does so that it puts Scripture to use, whether to teach or to train, to correct or to reprove, which Paul tells Timothy are the 4 Bible practices that cultivate moral maturity and spiritual wisdom.
And I think it's really, if not unique, very unusual for a seminary to begin with that sort of course as the foundation for the Scripture courses, rather than doing the Old Testament first and then the New Testament, and then eventually trying to give them some tools for interpreting and preparing to preach. This is ground zero. And the great thing about the class is that the students come with an enormous level of enthusiasm, a deep sense of the importance of thinking about this issue, right. And yet also the sense that they hadn't quite thought about it in this way before. And it's really, when you're a teacher, you really love to see these moments where somebody's saying, oh, I've never really thought about this before in this way. The scales fall from the eyes. And the level of engagement has just been extraordinary. I've never been in a classroom with that, not just the intensity of the engagement, but the fact that that intensity is spread almost evenly throughout the room.